Hey guys, my name is Pronunciation. Welcome back to Movie Geek channel with another video. And on this video, I decided to do my top 10 favorite silent film of all time. Now, before we jump on to my top 10s, I have something to say. I love silent film. I love silent film. All thanks to Luke Ryan, aka Razor Wire Reviews. This particular video that came out on the Blu-ray Brothers channel back in 2014. So I was 15 years old. So the video entitled Silent Film Marathon, I believe Silent Movie Marathon, was made by Luke Ryan. And I believe that's the video that opened my mind, opened my eyes for new world that I have not been on. The 20s. Silent film, silent cinema, which is the world that I've never been on. So, in this video, there's one particular movie, that it was available on Netflix, and I saw it, and it just blew my expectation. It blew me away. I was floored, and it was a start. It was the beginning of a new, appreciation for cinema in the early days. So in this video, this is my opinion. So if you don't like my top 10, that's cool. Comment below what's your top 10 favorite silent films, or top 5 if you want. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Consider it. I talk about movies, Blu-rays, and Doctor Who, and all things about movies. So that's why my channel called The Movie Geek, because I'm a geek and I love movies. So yeah. Anyways, before we jump on to the top 10, I would like to show you my honorable mentions that did not make it to the top 10. The Kid Brother, Safety Last, The Man Who Laughs, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, Nosferatu, and The Nibelungen. Sadly, those are the films that did not make it to my top 10 favorite silent film. But in the end, they're all great recommendation for you guys to watch, because these are great films that I mentioned on honorable mention. The Cameraman. The Cameraman starred Buster Keaton in a very adorable, lighthearted, fun film about a man who had a crush on this girl who decided to join the newspaper outlet, basically a filmography outlet. And he decided to do that so she can get the girl of his dreams. And this is about a situation that goes wrong in his world. And Buster Keaton in this movie is just wonderful. He plays a straight man who had a hard time trying his best to get the girl of his dreams in this job. That he had a very used camera on his disposal. That the situation he's in never works in his favors. And this is a great film, really do, especially the ending. The ending just blew me away when I watched this for the very first time, and I just adore this film through and through. It's very charming. It's had a sense of it's a wonderful, wonderful film. All I can say, and The Cameraman is a perfect way to get into the Buster Keaton films if you have not seen any Buster Keaton film. The Cameraman had been released on Criterion on Blu-ray. This is a beautiful 4K digital restoration, wonderful Blu-ray release. I'm so glad Criterion has able to release a Buster Keaton film on Criterion. So this is a must get. All in all, The Cameraman is just a wonderful film. It's just had great moments and a great. You feel for the character. You feel for Buster Keaton in the film. You feel that you were rooting for him. You were rooting for him. Everything might go well. And just the situation that he's in, that he had to face off, it just goes wrong. It goes the opposite way that he was hoping for. And it's just a great film. Has a wonderful sense of comedy. The slapstick, the stunts he does is great. The use of a camera in this movie, the cinematography, is just brilliant, especially when the iconic scenes in The Cameraman, the staircase scene when the camera follows Buster Keaton all the way to downstairs and he goes back up and the camera continues to follow it. And it's just a great, great film. The Kid. You gotta add Charlie Chaplin to the list. I mean, Charlie Chaplin is, what can I say that has already been said? He's amazing. He's incredible. An incredible actor, producer, and director. He understands story. And the kid is that. This is a 45 minutes, I believe 45 minutes film. It just fly by really quickly, but it's a wonderful, wonderful film about a man who, by accident, had a baby lost. He had no mother. The mother decided to just throw away the kid, and it formed a wonderful relationship between Charlie Chaplin character and the kid, and Charlie Chaplin character think that that's one of his own. And it's a great friendship, a great dynamic duo in the film. It's a wonderful, but at the same time heartbreaking at times, especially in the ending. And that's why I say the performance in this movie is just stellar. Charlie Chaplin gives a wonderful, wonderful performance. A very realistic and raw and visual, like you there for him. You feel sad for him. And it's just a wonderful film. And that's why The Kid is number 9. Another Buster Keaton film, I know, I may be biased, but it is the film called Our Hospitality. Saw this very first time months ago when I got this on Blu-ray by Kino. And it is a wonderful, wonderful film with a great message into it. And it's very dark at times, if you think about it. It's a dark comedy in some ways. This film is about Buster Keaton character goes to his hometown where his father came from. And he visited there by having a crush on this girl. But with a twist, this girl happened to be one of the family members who vowed to kill Buster Keaton family member. It's part of the lineage, it's part of the war that they've gone to from the past. And this movie is just wonderful. Love stunts in this movie. I just love the ending. The iconic mountain shot is incredible. Very innovative and very creative at the same time. And it's just a great film. It's a fun film at the same time. You're rooting for Buster Keaton trying to get away, and he's so oblivious what's going on until he meets the family. Now he figures out what's going on. And it's a great comedy. And all I can say really is such an amazing movie. It's just, I highly recommend. I can understand why this is one of Buster Keaton's best films, besides one I'll talk about much later on. But this is a great movie. It is a great, great movie. Number 7, this is the film directed by F.W. Murnau and starring Emil Jennings, one of the best performances of his career. If you ask me, that is The Last Laugh. I also saw this for the very first time months ago when I got this on Blu-ray. It was released by Kino Lorber on this Blu-ray. This is a wonderful, wonderful Blu-ray. Beautiful transfer. Just love the cover. The cover always intrigued me, and that's why I wanted to see this movie, because the cover intrigued me. And I just knew it's F.W. Murnau. And just a great Blu-ray I highly recommend. I knew nothing, but at the same time, I knew that this is the F.W. Murnau film. One of the best. That's what I heard. It's one of the best F.W. Murnau. When I first watched this movie, as soon as the movie starts, I immediately hooked. It's about a man who loves his job. And one day, things goes not so well for the man himself, played by Emil Jennings. And he just loses his job, and then goes mental. He went mental. He just loves his job. He misses his job. While he loses his job, he has to lie to his family, his friends, that he still has the job. And it goes mental and crazy. And he's afraid to lose his reputation. And this film overall is about character. It's a character-driven movie about this particular man. And we see as an audience what's his journey on, from being happy to depressed, and just a very somber film. It's just you just want, as the audience, just want him to have a good life, right? You feel for him, you feel sad for him that he lost his job that he loves. And it's a great film that uses an example of portraying, giving the actor, give them expression, sad to happy to whatever. F.W. Murnau did a perfectly job, giving the actor the freedom to portray the character he is about to portray. A character with reality is felt raw. And there's moments in this movie, it's just, I was astonished by his performance. Emil Jennings did a wonderful job. It's a brutal performance as well. Like he goes down and down and down. He turned to reckless. He used to be very happy and responsible and free, and just he felt free, and yet he lost his job, and just now his life turned completely upside down, if you will. And just it's a great film for character driven. If you want to see a character driven, this is the film. The Last Lab is brilliant. I can understand why this is one of the best F.W. Murnau films. And man, what a film! What a film! Especially the ending. When the ending happened, I was shocked. I was silent. I was glued to the screen and just did not look away. I was eyes on the character, Emil Jennings. I was glued to him and his journey of devastation and just depression that he has gone through. It's a great film. Go to a wonderful, innovative. The editing on this movie is just brilliant. That is The Phantom Carriage. Just whoa! What a film! What a character-driven film. I'm not gonna tell you any plot of this movie because I want you guys to watch it in open mind and just clean as possible. But this movie, whoa, what a journey. When I saw this movie, I saw this on Halloween. 2018, I believe. I saw this on Halloween day. I did a double bill for the Phantom Carriage, and then after I finished Phantom Carriage, I went to the cinema to watch the brand new Halloween film, 2018 version of Halloween. It's a great double bill. It was a raining day, by the way, that day, and the Phantom Carriage blew me away. I couldn't stop thinking about it while I was in the car on the way to the cinema. And it's just a brilliant film. The editing techniques, the special effects, and the use of how they did it. It's just brilliant and genius, and yet so subtle that you barely even notice. It's not off-putting. It doesn't take away my viewing on this movie. It's just brilliant. It's a dark movie about a character. Um, it's all about characters. Really, it's just him on a journey being death. It's deal with death, the idea of grieving and the idea of death, and it's just brilliant. This is a brilliant. I'm so glad I saw this movie, and it's available on Criterion as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful movie. Okay, now we go on to my top five, the big five. Number five. Number five goes to the film directed by Fritz Lang. That is Metropolis. I do remember till this day watching this movie for the very first when I asked for that Blu-ray for Christmas because I really want to see it in the biggest, highest possible, quality as possible. Even though it was on Netflix, so I watched on Netflix first and then I got on Blu-ray. So whatever. But I remember seeing this movie for the first time on Netflix and it just blew me away. Just an incredible feat. It's one of the earliest sci-fi films. Without Metropolis, we wouldn't got Star Wars. We wouldn't got Doctor Who or other big sci-fi movies like Star Trek. We wouldn't got any of that without Metropolis. Metropolis is a wonderful film. In the future, we have two levels: the poor level and the high level. The rich and the poor, and it deal with that. And it's just a great film, and it's just wonderful model work in this movie as well. It's just a great sci-fi film. I just love it. I just in awe of the film as well. It's a great film. It's a Fritz Lang masterpiece of a film. It's a wonderful film. Number 4 goes to the movie that I saw for the very first time on my silent movie marathon. Link below. If you want to check it out. It's one of those longer videos that I've done, but it's one of my favorite videos I have ever done, and from editing to the video. This movie blew me away. Oh boy! So when I got this on Blu-ray, I was so excited because of the story is given. And this is a film is about movie business, the whole behind-the-scenes world of film. The film showcases about the actor's life and etc. and the whole drama. Of course, on the film I'll talk about Shooting Stars. Wow, what a film! After I finished watching my list of my top 10, my top 5 favorite silent films had changed because of this movie. This movie, from what I heard from Luke Ryan before, I just knew this movie was in my radar for a longer time, and I wanted to get a Blu-ray. I did not know Kino released on Blu-ray for quite some time, so I had to buy it immediately because this is a film I want to see it. So I saw it for the first time in my silent movie marathon, and I loved it. The characters, it's just, so good. It's just, the story, it kept you in. There's so many great moments, and it's just the ending. I'm gonna roll the clip of this movie, my thoughts on this movie. It's brilliant. The third act of the film is brilliant. Freaking brilliant. Love the third act. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was really ecstatic about this movie, how much I love and adore this movie. Just so many great character moments. Especially one of my favorite scenes in this movie. An actor goes to the movies, to the cinema, to see one of his films that he's starred in, and he just gives a big smile on his face, hearing people, audience, and cheering, and just because he's in it, he played the hero of the film that he. It's a great scene, wonderful scene. It just brings me a big smile on my face. That to show how much I love going to the movie theaters and experience on movies. I love movies. That's what this is about. And seeing this actor watch the film that he's in, watching that he's starring in, it's just a great moment in the movie. And the ending, so the whole plot is about an actor and an actor, they're in the couple, but an actress fell in love with another actor who's happened to be a Charlie Chaplin Buster Keaton ripoff. So there's a whole drama between the actress falling in love with other actor, but doesn't feel in love with the actor. It's about the drama, and that's what makes this movie great and wonderful and perfect. I consider a masterpiece. It's that you glue to the screen of these characters, that they're facing the consequences, and the ending. That's a whole another level of, I was edge of my seat. Same time I was like, what's going on? And it's just, you're there, you're in the situation, they're there, and it's a great film. If you have not seen Shooting Stars, I highly recommend. This is before The Artist. The Artist came out 2010, 2011, somewhere around there. It's very similar to this, but The Artist is a different story. It also deals with the whole behind the scenes of film in silent cinema. So this also deals with this. So Shooting Stars is a wonderful, wonderful movie. I just love it. I really do. And it's just, I'm so glad I saw this movie for the very first time. It's just Shooting Stars, man. Shooting Stars. Number 3 is a film directed by F.W. Murnau. Another F.W. Murnau film, that is Sunrise. What a film. So, I was in San Antonio, I was in Barnes & Noble, and I saw this on Blu-ray. I was like, Luke Ryan, love this movie. I gotta buy this on Blu-ray, because it was part of the silent movie marathon that he did, the first one. And I just had to pick it up. I just had to. I started watching silent film in the year 2014, the same time that silent movie marathon video came out by Luke Ryan. So that's that. So I saw about Sunrise, came back home to San Antonio. It was a summer vacation. So I came back home. I was dying to watch. So I saw it. Blew me away. It blew me away. What a film. What a roller coaster of emotion ride. There's happiness, there's sadness, it's everything. This movie is about love. It's just complicated love as well. It's just and it's a great direction. Man, it's so creative, it's so beautiful. It's a great filmmaking. It's just overall a great film. This film wouldn't work by the two main actors who star in this movie. It wouldn't work without them too. It's just those two play wonderful together. The chemistry is there. It's just you feel for them at the same time. It's there like, and the ending blew me away. It's just you were happy, you turned sad, you were happy again, you felt joy. It's a roller coaster of emotions. And I kind of wish Sunrise was released by Criterion, not by Fox on Blu-ray. It's a good Blu-ray release. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful transfer. But I kind of wish it was released by Criterion, even though this movie was released by Matter Cinema Eureka in the UK, not on Criterion. I kind of wish it was released by Criterion, but whatever. And then it is rare for me to watch Sunrise after watching Sunrise for the very first time. The next day, I was in the mood to be watching Sunrise, so I saw it twice back to back. It is rare for me that happened. I just love this movie. Sunrise is wonderful. A wonderful direction by F.W. Murnau and the actors. Man, oh man, what a great performance by them. What a dynamic duo. They use emotion really, really well. They convey on that really, really stick. It's a great film. It is a masterpiece, in my opinion. Number two is a film starring Buster Keaton, and it's one of the most iconic Buster Keaton films that he has made, and that is The General. This General is just another film that I saw for the first time. A lot of first time watches for this silent films, which is awesome, really nice. So this is a film has been my radar for a very long time, and I was late to the game to start watching Buster Keaton films because I only seen Charlie Chaplin and Harry Lord, but The General, man, the General takes the cake. It's wonderful. The stunts in this movie is just incredible. It's charming, it's fun, and it does bring a big smile on my face from watching the movie from beginning to end. It's about a man who loves his job as a train conductor, but also is in love with his woman. But the woman wants him to join the military, but he cannot join the military. That's why, it falls apart. So until the situation he's in, and the whole craziness ensues for him, and it's just a wonderful film. It's charming. It's a Buster Keaton film. That is his show to shine. He's shine on this movie. It's just a great film. It is so much fun. Very fast paced. It's highly accessible if you want to get into a silent film for the very first time. And I highly recommend watching The General for the very first time. And The General is just so much fun. It's wonderful. It's a film directed by Fritz Lang. And this is one of my favorite Fritz Lang films. And this is the film that introduced me to silent film, entered the world to silent film because of Luke Ryan. Because he talks about this movie. And I was checking, browsing, and it was available on Netflix. So I watched it for the very first time and blew me away. It floored me. But at the same time, it opened my mind to silent cinema for the very first time. That is Woman in the Moon. What a movie. What a movie. This movie is all about setups and payoff. It's about the characters. It's also about a journey. And also this is a movie about what if we can go to the moon. Before the 60s, before any of that, it was all on the mind. What if we can go to the moon? And this movie showcased that before that. And what amazing about this movie, it flew by really quickly for me when I first time watched this movie. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. But it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel any of that. It doesn't feel 2 hours 40 minutes. It does feel like an hour and 40 minutes. This movie is all about setting up, and setting up until we get to the blast off moment. And it's a great, exciting. There's so many wonderful moments in this movie, especially the blast off scene. What an amazing scene, and they executed really well. Wonderful, and it's all about the characters as well. Like the journey they gone through is just wonderful to watch. And I rewatched it again this summer. It's just because I was in the mood, and it's a beautiful, breathtaking film, just wonderful. And this is my number one favorite first language movie of all time. It is. It's second place goes to Metropolis, but Woman in the Moon take the cake for me. It blew me away. And that's why Woman in the Moon is my number one favorite silent film of all time. That is it. There you go. There you have it. My top 10 favorite silent film of all time. Comment below what is your top 10 or top 5 favorite silent films. Or if you haven't now watched any silent films. I highly recommend The General. I think The General is perfect to watch silent films for the very first time. It's very accessible. It's really easy to watch. It goes by really quickly. Link below if you want to check out my silent movie marathon and my movie night on The Cameraman that I saw for the very first time and share my thoughts on the movie. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Look, Ryan, if you're watching this video, thank you for introducing me to silent films. And also also other films, Seven Samurai, Criterion's. You're the reason. I'm glad it happened. Even though I was already a film fan, I was already into films, Jurassic Park, E.T., all the films, but silent films and other foreign films really open more and expand my film fan loving knowledge. And just thank to you, Luke Ryan. If you're watching this video, I think not, but whatever. But thank you. If you do, but yeah, have a great day and see you.